Hey Sita, do you want to be my next YouTube video?
Yeah, totally.
What do you want to say?
You should say
Hi, this is my channel, and I am Korean.
I can't sleep because of that video.
And today, I'm going to give my thoughts on K-pop and Korean males. And in true Korean fashion, I'm going to have a mukbang. But I already ate dinner, so I'm just gonna eat fruit snacks. So let me tell you about my love life. Now, I don't really have a type. I just happen to have a type that's into me. And for most of my life, that type was Asian girls. You know, the type that watches anime, watches K-drama, and uses tagging each other on Facebook memes as their primary way of flirting. But then somewhere in the middle of high school, there were different types of people that were into me. Types of people that I usually wouldn't think would be into me. So I did some investigative journalism. As in, I stalked them on Instagram. And what I found is that every one of these people that were suddenly into me were following BTS on Instagram. And noticing this, I took a step back and then took an honest look in the mirror. And I realized that I look very Korean. And then I took another step back and realized that none of these people ever really had an actual conversation with me. All they really knew about me was my name and what I looked like. So I connected the dots in my head, and then it hit me. Are these girls really into me because they like me, or because I remind them of something else they like? And once I realized this, it kind of hurt. It felt like my personality and characteristics were now no longer as important as my ethnicity. Now, of course, it is possible that these people were into me because they were into me, not because they were obsessed with K-pop or K-pop stars. But I do think that this sort of fetishization is a possibility. So I checked the Google trends for K-pop and Korean guys and noticed some similar patterns. And so I think maybe the popularity of K-pop also increases the interest in Korean guys. And then I went back to Instagram and looked for Korean guy accounts. And I found several dedicated accounts to pictures of cute Korean boys or cute Asian boys. Then I checked the hashtag cute Korean boys and noticed a lot of posts. So it's at this point I began to wonder, is the internet fetishizing Korean guys? And it seems like the appeal in a lot of these K-pop groups are three things: how good the music is, how good their dancing is, and their visuals. Which is really just a fancier way of saying how good looking they are. And I think people tend to take this attractiveness of K-pop stars and attach it to the label of Korean or Asian people in general. And another factor I think that's at play here is just what makes people attracted to other people. And I found this interesting study which says that exposure to certain faces makes them seem more attractive. So attraction often relies on exposure. So what I think is happening is that there's this wave of people now being introduced to K-pop through the internet. And this exposure to these kinds of faces is making them more attracted to Korean or Asian faces. So this goes back to the question, is K-pop causing fetishization or just exposure? And really, I don't know. I do think that both exist. Some people are infatuated with K-pop and are thus attracted to Asian and Korean people, and some people are attracted to other people who just happen to be Korean. And I don't think anyone can really know except for the person who is feeling the attraction. And I think it's an interesting and important question for everyone to ask themselves. Am I attracted to this person because of their characteristics, their personality, their style, and their humor, or because they vaguely resemble a pop star? You know, just some food for thought. And to end this video on theme, I will show you the most vile thing I have ever created.
I can't sleep because of that video.
호랑이 기운 쏟아나 나 지금 say real